Hey, very good morning to all. So we finished somewhat some very important cell organelles like chloroplast, mitochondria, lysosomes, etc. Okay, recently. So now let us move on to another very important part of the cell, that is cytoskeleton. So in human body there are skeletal system, that is muscles system, skeletal system that maintain the structure and shape of our body. Likewise, in every cell there is a system of skeleton that is known as cytoskeleton. So these cytoskeletons composed of mainly, actually they are not a single system, it composed of three well defined filamentous structure. What are they? Microtubules, microfilaments and intermediate filaments. Okay. So skeletal system or cytoskeleton in a cell composed of three different filaments like microtubules, microfilaments and intermediate filaments. Clear? What are actually these systems, or what are actually these filaments and tubules? These are actually a group of proteins or a single protein that maintains the system and that functions because of the presence of this protein. So these are protein structure or protein subunits. They are connected together by covalent bonds. Okay. And this construction, they are having the property of assembly and disassembly. When they are required in a cell, they become assembled, and when they are not required, they become disassembled. So assembly and disassembly of these protein subunits are the very important aspects of these microfilaments or microtubules or intermediate filaments. Actually, they are the part of cytoskeleton system. Clear? Microfilaments, microtubules and intermediate filaments. So let us discuss one by one. First one is microfilaments. So microfilaments are that long stretches of filaments composed of mainly proteins. I already told you it is mainly composed of proteins, and there are different types of proteins, but in microfilaments usually occurring in the animal cells having the protein namely actin, and myosin is also present. So actin is an important protein, and these proteins usually first occur in the form of globular form and later they become stretched filamentous form. Okay. So globular form, then they appear in the form of polymerized long chains, and these globular forms of proteins, or they become polymerized chains, they intertwined together, they tie together, intertwined together like rope system, or form a helix and form a long filamentous structure that is known as F-actin. Clear? So initially they are in the form of globular forms, then they become long polymerized structure and appear as a fine long strand that is helically arranged, and that's the type of filaments you can call it as F-actin. Clear? Now, and these filaments usually composed of two strands or two subunits of protein actin, and these two subunits, clear, they are spirally binded together and tightly packed together, and they are the actin subunits. And these actin subunits, I already told you, appear first in the form of globular actin, G-actin, later it will become F-actin. F-actin is the filamentous actin. Okay. So basically that is a protein actin, that is globular form when it forming the period of first initial stage, then they become coiled and spiral and they become long structures, that is known as F-actin. So globular actin and F-actin, that is filamentous actin. Clear? And the diameter is usually 7 nanometer in diameter, and they are the thinnest filaments of the cytoskeleton. I hope you understood well about the structure. So they are the thinnest filament, 7 nanometer, made up of protein known as actin. So in the initial stage they appear as globular, that is the G protein or G-actin, then they become long stretched filamentous intertwined together spirally arranged known as F-actin. Clear? Okay. Now this F-actin filament I already told you contain two strands, and they are twisted into a helix having diameter 37 nanometer along the length with the G-actin molecule. See, and 7 nanometer thickening with the linear filaments I already told you, and these usually occur in pair, this pair of strands. See, here you can see these actins arranged, how they are arranged. See, it has in two ends. That filament having the long coiled filament having two ends spirally coiled. This is the one filament and this is the another filament. So see, this is coiled, tightly packed and having two ends. One end is positive and another one is negative end. See, these are the globular G actin, these are the globular G actin. They are arranged and forming F actin system. So edges are having highest concentration of microfilaments. Then what are the functions? Usually in association with myosin, myosin is another protein. This generates a force for cellular contraction that is occurring in the basic cell movements. So help in the basic cell movements in the lower organisms and also in human beings in the muscles and all. Okay, and they are actually able to survive the stresses and they are faced with within the environment. So these systems are able to survive the stress faced in that particular environment and they involve in the amoeboid movements of certain type of cell. So cell having a particular movement in certain period of time or certain occasions, in that time this system helps. So this system provide actually they have support the movement of a system or movement of a cell or movement of a muscle, somewhat like that. Clear? Another important function is helping the dividing cell during the mitosis. I already told you they help in the movement of division. So cell division is an important part where movement of cells taking place. So first nucleus divide, then cytoplasm divides and they undergo movements on both sides, etc. So this help in the cytokinesis process, separation of cytoplasm. And they also keep the cell organelles in place within the cell. So due to that structures, cell organelles are keeping its position in the particular cell. For example, if ribosomes are present very near to the nucleus, their location is on the nucleus. If one mitochondria at the corner, its location at the corner. That's mainly due to this intertwined structure of these microfilaments. They keep the cell organelles in position. Okay, and they can depolymerize. I already told you disassembly and reform quickly. Assembly, so enabling the cell to change shape and movement. Okay, so when they are assembled there, that fixed in position, it cannot move. But when they reassemble, disassemble, what happens is cell organelles can move around. Okay, so that's all about microfilaments. So microfilaments, you have to study the structure and function and the protein arrangement. Okay, now next important cytoskeleton is microtubules. So you may be heard about cilia and flagella, usually present in the lower organism like amoeba having the movement of surface of body. Then without this amoeboid movement, without that body movement, some organelles having a particular structure like paramecium, cilia present, in chlamydomonas, flagella present, bacteria, flagella present. So there are the organelles for movement. These organelles are made up of microtubules. So diverse array of substances like mitotic spindles, spindle fiber formed at both poles of the cell during the cell division. They appear in the late stage of prophase and the metaphase. They are active, bind to the centromere, studied in your lower classes. So these spindle fibers, they are actually, all these are supported by a system of skeleton, that is microtubules. How its structure? It is usually 25 nanometers in diameter and also thickness 4 nanometer and extend across the length and breadth. So its wall is composed of globular protein. The protein is known as tubulins. So in the case of microfilaments, you studied actin. Here it is known as tubulins, and they are arranged in rows one by one, known as protofilaments. Okay, like our microfilaments, these are arranged in long rows. And when you take the cross section of microtubule, you can see there are 13 protofilaments arranged side by side, not a single one. In the case of microfilaments, you see actin globular arranged one above the other, long forming F actin. But here it is actually different structures of tubulin proteins there. So when you take the cross section of microtubules, you can see there are 13 protofilaments. They are the formed from proteins, and they are assembled in dimeric building blocks. Dimeric building blocks. It is 1 alpha and 1 beta. So each filament, there are 13 protofilaments. When you take a single protofilament, you can see there is a dimeric building blocks. How it is arranged? Dimeric, because there are two parts, one alpha and another beta subunit. So a single protofilament having one alpha and one beta subunit, like 13 protofilaments. Okay, and they are asymmetric structure also. And one end of the protofilament is known as plus end, another end is minus end. See, this is the structure. So that unit, this forms one protofilament. This is a tubulin dimer. And see how protofilaments are arranged. 1 to 1, 2, 3, 4, likewise 13. So this is a protofilament. This is a protofilament. How it is arranged? This is a protofilament. When you take the protofilament, it is having this structure like this. That is this. That is a dimer. Okay. When you take the single one, it is a dimer. Alpha and beta units. And what is the function? Mainly it helps in support of structural support for many parts, and they determine the shape of the cell, and they maintain the key role in the internal organization of the cell. And they act as an agent of intercellular motility. It's a movement also. Movement of vesicles, movement of proteins, etc. are done with the help of microtubules. Example is axonal transport, that is the case of human beings. Then there are microtubule organizing center of centrosome. In animal cell, you see there are two rod-shaped structures, centrioles. So centrioles is surrounded by a protocentrial matrix from which what arises? Spindles arises. So the organized structure known as centrosome, where you can see microtubules. Then they are taking place an important part in the cell division. When a cell enters in the division, there arises the network of microtubules arises at the poles of the cell. They arise and after division they disappear. So this is very important role in the cell division also. And they are the very important part of cilia and flagella. I already told you. But there are slight differences between organization in the cilia and the flagella in the arrangement of tubulin proteins. There are 9 doublets of tubules arranged in 9+2 pattern, and usually in some cases, and it may differ in other. So cilia and flagella differ in the arrangement of these proteins, 9+2 arrangements. Okay, so we finished microtubules. What are microtubules? Made up of tubulin proteins arranged in protofilaments, 13 protofilaments with each one having a dimer of arrangement. They are the important part of cytoskeleton, and their main function is what? Cell division during the time of spindle formation, part of centrosome and help in the movement, and also very important part of cilia and flagella. Clear? Okay. Now let us move on to third one, that is intermediate filaments. So what about intermediate filaments? They have only 10 nanometer in diameter. Actually between the size of microtubules and microfilaments. That's why intermediate. Okay. Intermediate in thickness, that is 10 nanometer between tubules and filaments. And they are usually occurring as a part of keratins. Keratin, hair, epidermal hairs and so on. Discovered in 1950. They have the ability to undergo disintegration and restoration. They disperse, disintegrate and restore again and again. Its structure is, it having a dimer having 2 alpha helical chains. Microtubule, alpha and beta here, alpha and 2 alpha helicals intertwined and coiled like a rod. And they are having differences in the hair, keratin, they are soluble. But when then occur in the nuclear membrane surface or another part, they are insoluble. So, soluble intermediate filaments are there and insoluble intermediate filaments are there. So, on the basis of the morphology and localization or where it is occurring, there are different types that is based on usually in the animal cells. They are keratin filaments, neurofilaments, heterogeneous filaments and glial filaments. So, keratin occur in the epidermal hairs, neuro in the axons, heterogeneous in the skeletal and cardiac muscle, glial in the cytoplasm. Its function is, it happens, there are some genetic changes when occur and its function is not proper. What happens is, it causes diseases. Okay. So, when there is disturbance in the assembly of these filaments, they cause diseases. So that are very important role or function in our body. Okay. So I hope you studied well these three important part of cytoskeleton: microtubules, microfilaments and intermediate filaments. So what are they? How they differ? They differ in the arrangement and also structure and the content, that is protein. Microfilaments having actin, G-actin, F-actin. Microtubules having tubulin proteins arranged in alpha and beta dimers in protofilaments. Intermediate filaments between the size of microtubules and microfilaments. Their arrangement and location, there are different types of intermediate filaments usually occurring in the animal cells. So anyway, these cytoskeletal system are very important role in our cells, help to manage size and shape and keep the organelles in the particular position, and also giving the strength and support to the entire system. Okay. So I hope you understood well. So have a nice day. Thank you.